Good evening.
It's my duty to report to you tonight on the progress that we have made in our relations with other nations.
We can teach these barbarians a lesson in Western methods and efficiency that will put them to shame. We'll show them what the British soldier is capable of doing.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
I'm pleased to tell you today
Our
that
military is powerful, and it's prepared.
Unaccountable power.
Detect between the lines.
Allied air forces began an attack. Now, our objectives are clear. Destroy.
By joint agreement.
The functions of our government continue without interruption.
Political power of the masses.
Independent. People who are independent disrupt the system.
Independent.
independent.
No, before this victory's won, some will have to get thrown in jail, some more. Even some will have to face physical death. To free their children from a permanent psychological death, then nothing shall be more redemptive. Before the victory's won, some will be misunderstood and called bad names and dismissed as rabble-rousers and
agitators. The Greek culture begins Western civilization, but Western civilization means domination.
Our objectives are clear.
Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, friends and enemies.
Magazine subscriptions, gun clips, savage scenes, victims from Africa to Palestine, pilot screens, big guns, solid beans, violent means, bomb threat, 100 steps to battle to run the depths of truth and deception. The root of this weapon, defense of truth and perception of you and your enemy. Use it with frenemy, develop a proof of color separation, like pictures of boots from Ramallah faces. All for Allah, basically given to you. You see we're driven to use, manufacturing, given to lose. Market, social losses, vocals, gold carcass, four arts and skull. Like Garfunkel to the heart, like artichokes, bars, bunkers, brought mothers to big brothers, drawn like lost uncles. It's hard to concentrate, my flows as barriers like the Watergate. I'm strong with lots of hate, dropping trophies, you hear the Oscar break. Efforts exonerate, to free the innocent from impotence and give them insolence, to fix the dissidents that's killing them. Cause most are stupefied, subtly brutalized and utilized as you computerize, illusifies of humans crucified. But truly you decide on how to beat the semi-feudalized system of true demise. It's unpredictable, not who's to die. The voice is yet to come as propaganda will infect the dumb. The metal bell is rung inside your chest and lungs, the venom stung. Intercept the sun, I'll decompose the photosynthesis and use arithmetic to block the rays and make the earth don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, now everybody will suffer. Don't lost his use like Iraqi troops, I'm talking you. Me and the rest of the planet, torn issues, political spit if you scorn born tissue. Don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, now everybody will suffer. Domes lost his use like Iraqi troops, I'm talking you. Me and the rest of the planet, torn tissues, political spit if you scorn born issues. This year's shit double like we cloning your. My bother like we own the Spurs, ain't nothing sweet like meals but no dessert. The studio with hemes growing, there's 4 leaves on green clovers. I'm on a crush and search for truth like Agent Mulder in a steamroller. Syntax, you boss, you want a place like Kit Kats and a big Big Mac. Incidental mishaps, skin slash, blood in the Crips, pickaxe. Been around for long, drop anywhere like old folks with large diapers. Your weight category makes you lymphatically non-sight. So I'm sleeping all right, cause that'll be all-nighters. Insanity gone righteous, the morning of all life. My mic is heating hands, yeah, biz like AG when show is feeling bad. Get things done like when you peep your man speaking in Queensbridge slang. Fiber Islamic, straight from tennis like Pavarotti. Marketing trials like Chomsky, no moans or what I'm leaking. I've been, I hope you know I mean, like Arab sleeping from what I've seen. Naturally bottling tears like Visine. Rotting your fears, you were brought in here to broaden the terror of this modern Jahannam. God in the midst, befriending soldier minds. Those who hold their lives closer than they host the nine. You don't control the time, national hopes design. We factional, actional facts, wishless to beat these bastards like fish shit. The last words I spit this verse, the master assumption. Only stress plans, just hope you find the truth reigns. Doing your thing like Gomez, hoping his pet. Don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, now everybody will suffer. Don't lost the juice like Iraqi troops, I'm talking you. Me and the rest of the planet, torn issues, political spit if you scorn born tissue. Don't let them bother you, brother. Don't watch the news, now everybody will suffer. Domes lost his youth like Iraqi troops, I'm talking you. Me and the rest of the planet, torn tissues, political spit if you scorn born issues.
What they've done is they've blown it up, essentially. Now you're hearing the secondary explosions that would be coming from the rounds inside. They want to make sure they don't leave anything behind that could be used by, say, follow-on soldiers or Iraqi soldiers that might be in hiding right now. The moment they find armor, the moment they find any tanks, they're blowing it up. And that's exactly what is taking place in the background here. Yeah, that was the tow missile. Fired in the general area where you saw that tank before that was being blown up. Obviously, they're seeing stuff down there they're not too happy about. Not taking any chances. The tow missile is a very heavy weapon.
I'll hear these words leaking the herd, sleeping disturbed. We serve, breathing and walking as a reason to truly work in this universe. Explain like Stephen Hawkins, ruling earth, it would be unduly worth it to be. Defying these hymns till the death, head to head like Siamese twins, rested in bed, testing this flesh infested, ingested this match fested with less questions answered. Latin at the best West, then checked in for a test lesson. Let's guess it's immigration and them disseminational stem, and then it's read in papers that men spread pretending to make them. And your trends are descent from raping, defend your acres and leave the next generation of children vacant. Awakening from being scared, scarred, stare at bars and pray, wondering if the awareness of God is sacred or fraud. I don't care if it's hard to believe. Belief is propagated to stop compilations, knowing populations prone to hatred displaced at home. Save you in the states and never embedded in Confederate rhetoric, take it in vain like heroin. Staying calm weather, we don't belong together like Islam and terror while America bombed the river. Truest lies, calling suicide bombers. Who's alive? Time lives, lives. Who's surviving? Find out to divide, classify. Lady drafting in, clashing out. The first to blame, the last to claim cash for pacify. Classified. Caught in the modern day slaughter of vitamins, unwillingly flying is killing me like Muhammad Honors. Men, how is it modern? They caught on 10 angles, reported by men recorded. A process of unconsciousness. I'm lost in all this nonsense like a panhandler conference. Can't stand up often like paraplegics. Scattered media channels that feed your panel amnesia. Battled at leisure. From the throat, scapegoating, vocalized, punched in like state voting. Open minds, hoping hate scopes. And welcome to hell. The gates open with snakes floating, yelping for hell. The roarers like Yeltsin with your cause of social order and melting shells and rooms where I'm dwelling. Sunken low, stuck on words. Fuck the world like hump and blow. Lost in weapons, sulking and bothering and filing for fucking. I'm intolerant, running, screaming, McCollin like Hulk in politics. Something sorry for not following functions. I'm hollered at lunches like Israeli cooks breaking bread, baking hot out the oven. I'm not out for love, just trusting the outer glove hand of the doubted above us. The doubted weather raining till death will become invested. It's invested. I summon drums and lots of death designed by blind, deaf and dumb and designed a lesson. The 100 percentage behind replenished weapons. We felt this menace approaching, intent on defending its relics for ends expended. Staying calm weather, we don't belong together like Islam and terror while America bombed the era. Truest lies, calling suicide bombers. Who's alive? Time lives, lives. Who's surviving? Find out to divide, classify. Waiting, drafting in, clashing out. The first to blame, the last to claim cash for pacified, classified.
Laying on the floor, blocks bleeding, watermelon chunks. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Laying on the floor, blocks bleeding, watermelon chunks. Hold up, hold up, hold up.
Man, so many questions. Where can I find the answers?
Go talk to home dukes. Confused cause I'm Arab and assume my own nukes. Walk and leave me alone. Can't you see I'm deep in this zone? I need to be home. I'm sick of people at clubs reeking in stone. Peace and this love I seek isn't known. Like peaks, humans are cheap to be cloned. The reason this song's recorded, I'm bothered here. I need a bride and some gear, and all people want me to do is rap like Intifada rare. A vocal oddity. Don't walk in front of me, I'm antisocial cause I'm Arabi, I'm no commodity. Riddle peaks open, bitch, what are you smoking? Oil fields burning in the Middle East, loking like Cain, hoping this pain won't stain heartbroken like pacemaker. They break it down till they stop stroking. Your ego hates scoping it, hearing this ration. Play me your music like Beethoven, I ain't hearing it naturally. Fearing is national, you could call me an army slave, conceited bastard, or an asshole like Donkey Gray. When I meet Cat, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, painting my face and questioning and testing my patience. Like doctors walking with answers. Talking as fast as possible, I just don't care anymore like Iraqi hospital. Rod pet project, product of rotten flesh. Hiding death, close talking, awkward greetings and awful breath. Talking peace and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012, Rod pet project, product of rotten flesh. Hiding death, close talking, awkward greetings and awful breath. Talking peace and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012, so quit the drama. You hawking women cause you wanna harm them. Arming her calmly with no harm to her. Thermometer reads and see a mom and a woman. Read it in text. A blind motherfucker like Oedipus Rex. Leaving this next obsession of social comments. Confessions through vocal sign and deceptions. Caesarean, Clarimin, humanitarian, bearded kin, Sumerian, twins of age, pairing him. Too ill appearing hymns and banting Buena, Testa, Antisocial club, enchanted local talks and breath drags. And all is less bad than positive. Half-life written like Parks left abs. An operative moment stopping opponents. Holding guns. Unless you pull its bullets of eyes, hood and pulling no bullets of prize. Bullets it's putting it die, full of the sheep. Died, willing, skin, eating live. 9/11, 10 follow, 7 men guarded women. And all peace grows within them. If each knows our limits to teach wrong from living strong in full sight. Staying disciple, claiming its life will end. Remaining in sight, aim in sight. You befriend the name despite you. Apart from this, a charted gift. Parcels, apostles were all narcissists. Hostels and spars and lost in this modern metropolis. Burn bushes with live W, sniffing and chopping. Bride, pet, project, product of rotten flesh. Hiding death, close talkers, awkward greetings and awful breath. Talking beat and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012. Rod, pet, project, product of rotten flesh. Hiding death, close talkers, awkward greetings and awful breath. Talking beat and all the qualities surrounding self. With understanding is astounding. 2012.
Man, for real, what the fuck you talking about? You so antisocial and shit. What do you mean? You didn't even answer my question. I'm trying to figure out the essence to life. You talking about all how you hate people and all that shit.
I don't hate people, man.
What's really going on, man?
Nothing.
The mind of a narcissist. What's really going on? I mean,
nothing.
Shit, I know it's fucked up and all, but boys, you're nuts.
For real. Pistachio factories.
Magdara Gulich. I can't tell you, but it's taking over.
Send a deliverer, bend in the river, hanging in gardens, harbors and angled the corners like venom strangling on them. Children, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Cast a plan, Muslim wrath, a man, 5%, half a gram. Live intent to dive head first. Mind condemn euphoric, correlate to living stories of Arabs like Orientalism. Garbage. We're fed church, mosque, Bibles, and Torahs. It's said like Edward, rival the aura that's dividing us all into idols and polished. Siphon the raw. This life will be written, entitled, and hidden inside you. Ultra refinement, doom. Ellington renditions, is spelling and learning the skeleton, burning in the pit that hell is in like Kyla dirt inside suburban sides. And Cincy cipher, curtain rim, dirt and enlightenment. Given the holy fog, clergymen indictments for speaking to 5, 10-year-old minors when they 85. Told to believe and receive it in the nerve. Thomas words speak to be heard like sheep. It's Michael Talbot heard. I'm staying quiet to life's impurity. Don't interrupt and won't let you touch the mic like Tyson security. Minus the unity, immunity, a strife to lifeless communities and hyphens. I found a space to decipher hate like hyper, despite the taste of sorrow beside us. Tomorrow will glide in the skies like Howard Hugh. Arrows since towers moved and fell. I dwell in the sour mood. I feel the final hour. Speak to me right. I'm deaf in the left, snake in a tree. The makers in me leave. Just wait up for me. Freedom. Let's make a breeze. Let's wake up, sleep and believe in this nature. Split this planet to leave us and take us to season. Just speak to me right. I'm deaf in the left, snake in a tree. The makers in me leave. Just wait up for me and freedom. Let's make a breeze. Let's wake up, sleep and believe in this nature. Split this planet to leave us and take us to season. Just stick off the wristwatches and split time in arm's length to the next storm. Lego is farm strength. Lego figure. Another day on the block. Metal's bigger with sheep. Sleeping sister will bleeding. Blitz a leaking. The fist of feeding. It's just receding in nature. Like a trees in the paper. Taper heames. Wake up dreaming. Jamaican scenes. Taking screen. Aching we rape the stream. Rivers dry. I'm wondering what the maker means in test. Bench press. Off the shoulder a chest. Like half phrases after bats. With head and shoulders conditioned. Half phrases. Red and bold and headlines. Then soldiers taking the Latin for starters. Writing more like reporters. Embedded for oil like resin. And foil this peasant. In the midst of 6 we boil in 7. Gaudy dog. Employing and women employing. We live in devoid of what's given. Driven ordinance. Violence. Killing orders in silence. Encoded. Corroded. Heart of a tyrant. They own us and clone. And now it's harder to stop them from robbing us. It's on and popping like Mary Life and on. And Israel like Canaan. Bleeding out. Palestine. Receiver out. Started to cop them. You're not part of the solution. We're part of the problem. Institutions charted in volumes of authors caught in our album. Unearthing verses and spinning ciphers like whirling earthers are sitting and burning. Trumpets blown. Eve, you should have left me alone. Seeds, moans, gestures and groans. Let it be. Speak to me right. I'm deaf in the left. Snake in a tree. Eve, the makers in me leave. Just wait up for me. Freedom. Let's make a breeze. To wake up, sleep and believe in this nature. Split this planet to leave us and take us to season. Just speak to me right. I'm deaf in the left. Snake in a tree. Eve, the makers in me leave. Just wait up for me and freedom. Let's make a breeze. To wake up, sleep and believe in this nature. Split this planet to leave us and take us deceived in displacement.
يا قلبي ودعيني انقليني بحنانك زوديني.
It's open boxes sent to the postal Novel office. Boastful approach for votes stolen, a coach for profits. Broken hearted, all these souls departed. This flow started when Islamic men were chosen targets. Blown up in markets, alone static, nomadic. No attachment, unknown kin, a slow addict. Movements are sedative. I sleep in areas that are embellished with the devil's relishes. My self-prejudice, you've lessened the messages we've received. Bleed the same fluid as seed, touch my roots but never knew it. Like members of my family, true with separation of man from land claims. You stand blamed for my main loss. A white-collared man slave, you can't teach me. See, I feel I don't belong to this species, not hateful, but the gift of life made me grateful. Take you to the truth, I'm from the same source that made you. Of course you late to attach like flags to poles. Masrawi Baghdadi soul, that's what I gladly hold but feel no relation. My procreation will lead to the same slow erasure. Imagine skin tone separated from self like wolves from razors. To your faces slashed till you're enclosed in cases. That's our dilemma. Unequal, see my people try to pick them up through evil leaps to see truth, but we always seem to remind ourselves that we have no place to confine ourselves in better nations. Universal with separation, we blindly fell. Parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, or split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. The parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, or split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. Higher learning, I wanna retire, but feel the fire burning, the dire burden. I try to resign working, teaching succumbing in awe. Man's laws gnawed by these jaws, pause and scream alhamdulillah. Lost faith in my race, if I belong to them in the first place. Eat myself away, the worst days detached from my birthplace. Snatch promises spoken, held on so tight I broke him. Invoking might, and I think I might have awoken some sort of shortcoming, stuck in sentences like court summon. It's mortifying dopeness, snort numbing. A presence of Bedouin ways in airport lobbies with sand spread on my face. I've read through the hateful statements, fate will never be a statement. I'm waiting for human awakening, master schism. Nationalism formed this irrational, living international driven. Past your wrathful imprisonment of half my tactful, giving talent to risen violence. Hesitant silence, prison of color palettes. Skin abrasion tapers to immigration papers. They say they give shelter, but it always takes them back to the point. Live through a bottle and pass you a joint. Model citizen, God ignorance, difference and inference to the next existence. Intricate instances we argue. Scarred cause it's hard to spar through jihad, the host of this fight. Struggle and rustle through most of my nights, trying to sleep through my deceit with troubles in sight. Escape this idea of the matrix that we find here. Feel with my heart's hand and listen with my mind's ear. My kind enemy standing in line, meant to plan a refinement, but set the lands in foreign clans. My stranded confinement, essential mission. I spit bars chewing through mental prisons to send my ambition in a box, ready to end the system as we know it. If we got love, then do nothing but show it. Theoretically, let it grow, poetically heroic. The parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, or split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. The parcel, unmarked and fragile. Wrapped in skin, come with a passport and a black file. Hostile, shipped across borders, or split us all into factions at the cost of lost order. The parcel. Yeah. What time is it? Need to wake up, man. I'm sick of this fucking power.
Should get some hemes, man.
Burnt out, forest fires.
Some hemes too, man. Yo, let me call up.
Let me call up Parcel. Yo, Hustler Crime.
What up, dog?
What up? Just lounging like British living rooms, you know. I was wondering if you could get me some Dagoba.
What?
Some Dolma, man.
What you talking about?
Some Bargilla, you know? Some of the... Yo, man, some heems, man. Some heemy, you know what I mean?
Some metal heems. The greens, you mean?
20 minutes?
Yo, you know the spot, Duddy.
Hold down your block like depression from a drive-by. Regression, suppression of our lives by secret spy ties and suitcases. Surveilling eyes, retain the slide beside you. God know how to survive and grow your roots on papers. Varies from smoke to vapors. Our eyes get bloodshot like grip retaliations. In violent nations we seek balance, but the challenge is neighbor to silence. And peaceful moments spent reflecting on behavior pertaining to malice. Maintaining, illumine suspicion on the human condition. Inducing the secluded prison, deluded while living the truest of all sinning. A call beginning to end, we've been in a bend of the circle, living amongst men that lurk to disturb you and pretend to amend your virtues to defend our purpose as a species to defeat what earth is as merciless verses and seaweed flow below ocean. Amongst the bones and remains of pharaohs and Egyptians dethroned by Moses, no prophets though, like no dough. Probably slow movements to get red like the man in the death row logo. My chair electric, sentenced to death, an MC for life, empty strife on the globe. Soul invested in flesh that bleeds. What you read eventually shapes what you conceive. Bleed, do you believe in what you see or see what you believe? We reach the point where wealth is earned through self-deceit. Either you pimp yourself and others, kill for the government or sell some weed.
Yeah, that's
all day, having a slow bogey. Pump, hear me.
كفر عيوننا كلهم حمر صبح لظهر from blowing Buddha like Taliban orders by Mullah Muhammad Omar. Fact religious, historical sites, metaphorical religious division. Employ my rhetorical right like legal provision. Even if we deleted ism, we'd seek to live in greed. Need to feed on cash, weed and women. This lethal deliverance of the seed through deceitful reverence. I speak to my preference, but the need to achieve equal severance. Reference to our thought patterns, lost and scattered in black and white like dots with data spread across documents shattered. Anger in folders. So they told us we're occupants of one nation, no love. Show one hatred, fist shackled, break and resist, which was the state's presence. A hair scene we rely on our senses, enlist and retain. Shift in the brain, split lifted my frame. Shame I'd be honored, but I'm to blame for self-destructive calm on Yom Kippur. Bob Charles family, 2 bricks of hemes lounging. Streamlight from shot, triple beam routed. Seam clouded, retract from death. Dragon breath, foul sounding. No stand around us when releasing these nouns. Read around it like Al 2000. A project like a housing complex. A consciousness like weighing out the carcass of the most ignorant congressmen. Spit nauseous phlegm. An artist, environmentalist, stems departed. More green than Yoda, testing hymns in the Goba Benton Gardens. Lounging like British living rooms.
Salam.
Yo, narcissicness.
Yo.
Like greens give you bulimia.
Yo, I was vomiting comments like Osama bin Laden at the Oval Office, you know what I'm saying? For real. Just lounging right now with apocalyptic, you know, having the dreams of Yom Al-Qiyamah, man. World's about to end.
We protected him, Shalom.
لا ضم المسدس جيبك هسه تنبسط يا سبروس ناسس جمال عبد الناصر. Yo, before my status as a verbal vandalist, savages had me in habitus, backed in the back of an Iraqi ambulance. Sadly acted that we got Catholic winners at the final NBA championship game. My sin is in pain, now I'm thinner and tame. Illiam Shakespeare came over violence so precise, I left the string with stains. I'll bring remains of weak MC's brains back to the Middle East for East feast. Defeated to disease beef, used to carry heat like the upper sheets of leaves on palm trees. Priests believe in the apocalypse, ceases to seek relief. No free quote, we underground has like ostriches, running up in every hospital, the cats are illest hostages. With politics hot in my subconscious, it verses up beneath me like Bibles and prophets. Still human idols among us. Don't start with spruce and off, rapping like bandages over ancient Egyptian carcasses. Constipation, we got the hardest shit. We bombing nations, calling up the Oval Office to ask them if they want to brawl with us. So fall, it's the Islamic call, with cats rock Agal and Haq Kafar. I spit Arabic for old times, walk, talk and snort rhymes. I smoke kidney from the paw till I suffer from Alzheimer's. Islam G, yo, pass the bagilla, man. Islam G, watch out though. Roll some bagilla up in here.
Razor blades, box cutters, we lost brothers engaged in age politics. My patronage raped us colonies. And Pala stops you in a new state. Nutate as your head jerks. Step back like massages by shiatsu experts. Caught you decapitated head first. Affidavit, signed for peace, instituted using Fed words. Starting like Joseph to say the least. The path's lit. They're like calling James. You know me though. Woe with plenty beefs, encoded like MP3s. Known for steady speech and your banded ass like Antonio. Hollywood like Miss Walks. If you miss this talk, same with planet tested crash. Your kids are mistaught. I manifested grasping like llamas and asses. Applying the asbestos. Osama bin Laden has been lodged in the large bin of toxins. Ready to test us, we release the walk amongst us by the American Congress. I speak for those thrust and trust. For no stress, just bust like chests and get the fuck out of here like banker porno sets. And no bets, my steps to go, battery slowly used up. Fuck cats like feline bestiality. Cut tracks, like suicidal heroin abuse. With razor blades, flames, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphthisis, institutionalized demagogues. With razor blades, flames, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphthisis, institutionalized
demagogues. None of us better. I've been caught talking in mirrors, bumping the letter. Postal, antisocial, personal business proposal chanted. Burn your stripes, learn your right. Distinguish stars with English bars like pubs. Take your bill, pay your bill, and get your lines cut by my mind right. Find what I've lost and gain the knowledge of its cause to attain its solid solace and bars sticking out like linemen crossing the solace with their dogs. Ignore traffic lights, it's better through death. Wondering whether I'm laughing right. My paranoia socially constructed, erupted vocally, hopefully. The subject is now openly discussed, disgusted, but I love it to see the way I destructed my borders. Feeling stranded like DNA in order to simply go against the grain like Timothy McVeigh in court for crop circles. Knowing this anxious pain will stop hurdles, destroying my chances to reign. Mangled frame on my angles fame. Know this, I can't help but speak it for selfish reasons like ocean, freezing oceans. Sounding like rush, reason notions versus Islam and Bush scene with Saddam seeking a truthful nexus. Filling out my shell like oil tankers leaking and leaving the Houston, Texas. Blades, plagues, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphthisis, institutionalized demagogues. Razor blades, plagues, grenades, AIDS. Get your race erased off the earth before your place is taken. Cop your hearses, stay awake and stop by your local mosques, churches and synagogues. Metamorphosis, institutionalized demagogues. Iraqnaphobia suffer a cuffing Euphrates at borders of Reagan's bluffing Khomeini. The 80s are before trust was plainly in order, and Saddam is the main player in all. Now you portray him as a marauder. You don't pay him no more. Keep playing your law like Corbin versing. Before this earth is enforced with verses to have the force to worship a corpses burning Mars. Inevitable, a genesis without a second to pull. Two controllers and electric currents. Electric plural votes and hectic tours and septic murals. Clean your walls. All these words you've installed to birth us and all. The fetus with purpose to fall. Miscarried minds. Varies behind which man is burying in mind. Like Animal fans, hand cantaloupe brands. Ants and holes, sand hill and shanty hopes. Sensing massive hall plans. Pipeline. Live verse on the mic like balls bounce on Jordan to shake and false pronunciation. Will force you to waste the end of time. Mending minds, pretenders, fine lines. Desensitize them, ending minds. Trying to find a friend and down. Leftist repentance. Hope you get the message like prophetic descendants. They owning you. On shelves of racks, they sell Iraqnaphobia. Roll through like chaklumbas and hold truth. Mother of all garlic, Consume magic, carpet, caravan. Narcissus, Araban, genie, darkest of Pharaoh's stand. He started this town. Roll your card, narrows jaw. Soil barrels hard to pick up. It's too heavy like these clone. Uptown beats, the Middle East prone. Shut down streets and reap zone. Roots to my least known. He's hard and off and peaceful art to pieces like marshes depleted. Recently artists beneath us speak to me people. I don't feel your seasons equal. So be us for a week and feel these treaties and sanctions. Eating your bean in action speeding. They feed us the sanctuaries. Really acts as scary thoughts to embarrass. Yes, it's the cost of being doomed minded. Fedora, aura of mine, moonshine. Like 5% album and invent child and man, sun and stars. Invent master plan. Plan exiled and man sound like scan. We sat, we found it, that jobs and end of times. Mending minds, presenters, fine lives. Desensitize them, ending minds. Trying to find a friend and die. Leftist repentance. Hope you get the message like prophetic descendants. They owning you. On shelves of rocks, they sell Iraqnaphobia. Stage bias. Dragon breath screaming at regimes like believing in French diets. While you slave scenes to betray me in my origin. As metaphoric abhorrence sent to force us like orbits of Arabia. Unconfirmed others offered help to Syria. Now it's serious. Iraq's a fearing us, so keep your summer. Is it freedom? Cause we're free or dumb. Must be or you're leaving, son of a bleeding gun. Five-sided steeples to read while you feed on this run of adrenaline. Or is it the pill they gave to prevent the men from contending with chemical dispensing? Don't mention ends. Uncle Assam and Sam with burgers from McDonald's in hand. Beef that bottled and brands, corporate pirates enforcing your iris. This place like a foster child is from his parents lost. And I was like supermarket shopping. Paratrooper artist sharpen Harry Truman loops and coffin truths against Philip Morris and saws. Zilla Corpus and Narcic with the dormant end of time. Spending minds, pretenders, fine lives. Desensitize them, ending minds. Trying to find a friend and die. Leftist repentance. Hope you get the
message like prophetic descendants. They owning you. On shelves of racks, they sell Iraqnaphobia. Arachnophobia is a fear of the people, constructed through politics. Open your eyes. They owning you. On shelves of racks, they sell Arachnophobia. Rip off, yo, no fee for none. Management, Avalanche, Euphrates, N.E.W.S, Stereotypes, Sterling Sibling Incorporated, Sun Shower, Intellect, Rats, get beats, tabla drums, get stepped on, flip it, yo, nonsense, unconsciousness, bomb stress, consulates. Yo, run it back though, come back though, run it back, start over. Yo, hit him in the head though, Litchfin, head bob like Robin. Yo, I feel my accents of evil, syntax and trap like my people, and rap like Arafat, head rock spots, bet Harakat that defeat you. Like I chopped off your legs, pirates walk off with eggs for iris, open-eyed, swollen sinus with holding folders, documents to define us. Into classes and ages, pull your strings, trying to bring all races combined. Block of the matrix, pacing, wasted time, lock yourselves in your basement. Push atomic, political sickness like Bush's vomit. On top of China's president's garments, migrant resident Islamist comments. Look, I don't know where the bomb is, I'm waiting to blow up, no offense to our martyrs. As long as my sentence is part, out prisons of the mind, you'll find that they father. Phlegm, spit, disease, bronchitis. Write this poem for all freedom fighters. Stay hungry, that's for sure though. Rap unpleasant, dubbing your back, shift power like Snapple records. Green W's acting lessons, take a still or two. Overexposure, memories film, stemming in filth. Desensitized memory mill, over trees like canopies built. Television anarchy, ill nomad with no homes like Hispanics got killed. Ozone, chunks of canisters built for asthma, market addict. Narcissistic, manic, obsessive, mammal, recessive gene like Simmons to be seen as swimming. Seems us in a homeostatus, 28 ounces. Romeo's papers I wrote back when vapors provoked. Urgent to fix reaction, scratch like being allergic to Vicks. Banksy urchins with sticks over oceans, missed a slur. 102 odd years for Christopher Columbus. Now I'm here, missed a few titles as we got stuck in this cycle. Pilgrimage movement, blind images proven to give us illusions.
Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, accept, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony.
Hand massage, thumb pressure point, sand mirage. Inviting life psalms, nights drawn, picture perfect painted. This purpose is ancient, before servants and slaves ever heard of emplacement of power through words or a statement. This stirs creation, less attacks against self like herds getting vaporized. The worshiping nations, curves of this nation. Dish dash, Iraq, dark, a mixed dash, awkward contra conjugation. Wait, it's on at 8-5, call it fate, and I'm falling for this bomb. Like Sean Connery, modeled sight on this life in our palms. Fighting tonight, I and I talk all you want. Felt the lightness of calm, hit the lights like flies frying life at its all. Natural, despite the astral master, me after you. Sandal head wrap, split each other's paths into embarrassed to lessen my grasp on life. Islamic charms and Mike's alarm, type to talk, your mind the thoughts I like Shalom.
Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, accept, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony.
Centuries peak when we speak, it enters me deep. Injury levels, the highest states, embezzled up higher fate. To dire straits, let the fire wait. Burn for eternity, learn to internally yearns, turning me on. Built upon strong, less than plans. That's pride talking, my eyes handling the flesh of man. I never felt this before. Caving like a summer with bombs melting the core. Our moms used to kick it, felt it, but no, I write shit to help it when sore. More this life gets frightened. Said we should think like letters and put on writing. For better or worse, more or less, or undress or entangled. From door to bed of message, unraveled, traveled sand dunes over this crescent. Holding the essence close, energy transcendent from the soul. Mesh and grow, moon Jupiter's child like Steppenwolf. Nefertiti's nostrils breathe upwards like heaven's pole. Using the best in tools.
Watch me unfold these scrolls and scriptures I compose. Indeed, accept, but I won't lose composure. Roll the equality. We do for self like ants in a colony. Watch me unfold these scrolls
لك انت هالقد يعني ليش هالقد كلاوتشي؟
نقدال ايش بيك؟
لكن شاب
ترى هسه انا طاير على راسك انا من بغداد ها لا تحكي جاي هيك
شاب صديق لك
ياو شارات المجلة عامرية ناصرية بغداد موصل بصرة
شاب يلا
يا شارع
واحد كلاوتشي واحد
ياو حرب عالمية وانا جمل حلمت الحالة بيا نفسيا and no being coming no cops like gonorrhea. All of us victims, Euphrates scholars, philosophers running shit like cholera, playing to get the profit up. Cause Isa never died, he's just in better skies, waiting to save us from the red and our veteran descendant of resident sentiments blind. Mention his con, Ya Rajal, Da'war al-Dajjal, empowered coward like cattle speech. Faham Yassin, roll up on beef, revolve the dough like Laham Ajeen. Move slowly though, I'll never fail, hope we excel like Gino. Exquisite answers to project our genome like midget gangs, fidget actions. Bored fidget, which is it? The fact that we given or exist as digits driven to exquisite heights like heavens. I realize in this living's uncomparable, the seventh parable. Paradise is tearing through bearable sacrifices. This life is a gift. Unravel raps, holding the pair of knives like Zachariah Musawi with travel plans. The back of an Audi, probably heaming in Saudi and screaming loudly. America's better a terror than these Arabs seen around me. Feel me how I'm tripping out like fiends and outings, living out what seems astounding, surrounded by dreams surreal and clouded like Nimbus is shrouded into this vow for remembrance and defend your ships. On bombs dropping in Iraq, destined to end our kids. Klaochi, half of my winners vanished. No feet, half of the shit bananas. Yo, we wishing for jungle stranded, living humble with crumbled banners, flags tatted from battered matter and Arab manner with scattered autonomy. Islamic speakers and mosques believing dishonestly the same we belong when they wanna be European. Chronicles pass from beans with slaughter, caught up in scene, invest in cash, F and gas, suggesting Falafel see you enslaved our past, but we betrayed our past, allowing cash to flow in our hands when we created math. Follow us, slow planet standards, outlandish like nomads standing in proper ground. Granted, it's propaganda, it's the goal I reach for when matters polar like goalies strolling past Maradona. Half the Arabs too embarrassed to know we picturing so fat in your lower abdomen, wondering when these words will seep from under your skin. My word is under a sinful order, guns and hoes like Saunders, not to be cynic or order civic like corners that limits a conscious spiritual chorus. The lyrics get stronger, stretching out as life gets harder, getting them printed on corners for brothels. Get rid of your knowledge, losses drop the classes like boxes, apostles being disregarded to hang like guarded to Babel. A squadron travel through bars I unravel, but who's the all capital like baseball hats past the Mussolini, truth and Hemi wishes to burn. Speak worldwide, internet service with lies, and surfing with Moses. World tide, apart fly, Jeff Goldblum a rap holds stats for apartheid. Sending beef like snow pun, death of Christopher Rios. Klaochi, half of my winners vanished. No feet, half of the shit bananas. Yo, we wishing for jungle stranded, living humble with crumbled banners, flags tatted from battered matter and Arab manner was scattered. Yo, Fan Banger, D-Shade, Low Pat Majesty, Nasty Sparsely. Yo, prosperity to all those that are there and care for me through the strain. My source of therapy when bare necessities are lessened and efforts are quested or endless. Suffer from stolen treasures were priceless, with no measurement. Speaking to pleasuring, love at home, taken for granted by government loans. Since the seed was planted, my plan was to roam this planet to develop wisdom and understanding. Imprison the schism and static, graphically depicted pictures, captions and magic scriptures delivered like babies from spitting lips or Euphrates. My brothers, mothers, sisters, fathers fighting plights of 50 father. My kinfolk in boats coasting out up on Arab's harbor. Singe bones for reason of skin tone. I'm just an author, displaced through this racial syndrome. I stare in my relatives' faces to see relative spaces and belong young and longing for better in places. These phrases are dedicated to those who raised us through several stages, ages, impressions that made us the men we are, like testosterone. They gave us shelter, protected by a roof over a proper home. The survival of my family's lives, I stopped my own. My tribal mentality, unrival dudes, red, respect the right. What's the purpose of life? Through all the hurt and the strife, I'm playing chess with Tyson and Mike to check versions of Mike. Put aside what you learn in your life. What's your reason for living? Breathing and killing, some scheme on their own children, see the evil up in them.
I kinda miss the days of my mom's tripping. The smell of roasted chicken coming from the kitchen. I'm an image that's spitting of dad with mom's character. Both left the Beijing coast for dreams and hopes in Canada. I was provided with food, clothing, and shelter. Always given the best cause they'd never settle for lesser. I remember getting caught smoking in the cellar in December with my cousin Vinny and this girl Vanessa. I remember how you'd get stressed, mom, when I went wrong. Know you were just a little mad and the love was never gone. I appreciate that for all that it's worth, and I know you felt that way since I hollered at birth. These days I drop verse with a non-majesty family, still reacting nastily when crabs are coming at me. Taught to topple obstacles with my third optical, like bottles and hit with balls at carnivals. We come from different bloodlines, but get along like siblings, hustling and building, up in the club wishing, never forgetting where I'm from or who I am. And this here's for my people that I love like fam.
What's the purpose of life? Through all the hurt and the strife, I'm playing chess with Tyson and Mike to check versions of Mike. Put aside what you learn in your life. What's your reason for living? Breathing and killing, some scheme on their own children, see the evil of day to day, urging me to make changes like trading currency. Say what I feel, I'm close to rhyme and open-minded like brain surgery. On my earth, land, soil, and surface to worship purposely. My love for hip-hop is that of the person that gave first to me. Things haven't always started right. Hope the sum is artificial. While I'm alive, stay under a broader light. My urge for depictions, a global outlook on all equals. Cause love for all people is on the verge of extinction like the bald eagle. I guess me and my family has to be the king in his throne. If I was the last MC on the planet, I'd still be singing alone. Till the day my poetry's cloned and use our vocal cuts. See, I'm hard to score. My album sold and shopping malls. Bring it home to my immediate entourage. Raised me, my mother and father is counterparts. My kitchen closet knobs. This kid's nuts, but he's cold as ice like chocolate Haagen-Dazs. The crib that raised me fine, I occupied most of your space and time. Catch on, some are late like me getting home when the authority was undermined. Business and friendship like Eric, give tips and hope to opponents. My sermon proves your loved ones perish at unexpected moments. You don't know what you got till it's gone. You cherish your own king when your own feeling in heaven has gone. If it allowed me to bring healing and women.
Dealt the other way now, and for the last time, no more shuffling. What cards you talking about? I'm gonna finish this right now. No more taking orders from you like I had to do today, get me?
You mean you're gonna murder me?
No, brother, not murder, no. Your mistake. I'm doing this to save my life, that you be taken from me the minute I wasn't looking at you.
Old man will catch up with you.
Oh, he will he? Well, I got an answer for that one, too. You know what I'm gonna tell him? I want to tell him you tied me to a tree and made your getaway, taking all the goods, yours, mine, and his. So they'd be looking for you and not me. Up, march. Today I had to march to your music, now you'll march to mine.
Shalom, Aleikum. Know I'm saying? Yo, check it out. Yo, columns categoric. Fortunate forces, remorse is morbid. Euphorically Doric, distortive, enormous. Inform the sources, adorning the horses. Emblems of vengeance, mending appendage, demented apprentice. Sent with intentions to bed percentage in multiple fraction sectors. And vector, spectre, professor, refreshing the texture. Pressure, compressed, professor with testers. Infringing syringes, contingents, binging on contradiction. Depicting suspicion. Since Egyptians made Moses a victim, evicted from premises. I lurk the crevices of Genesis. Walking with a scepter before humans invented Lexuses. Prodigality, I face realities, duality, tragic and malady, while factories enslave our families. The wage is minimal, condition critical, it's pitiful. Living is difficult, disease invisible. Subliminal, as thunder cracks the skies, the future's cast aside. I'm paralyzed, dairy is pasteurized, or parasites in traffic pasteurized. Forget your glasses, blissful ignorance, taxes the masses, elapses and absence to classes, axis of absence, and knowledge is needed. Feed the believers, repeated teachings instead of deceiving, preaching the weakness, releasing visas, tapping phone receivers, agents invading, tracing your statements, explaining behaviors, training your neighbors to stage surveillance with a lame regard. A danger squad raping the name of God, scraping your faces off. We must retaliate, the states are wrong.
Shalom Aleikum, I'm impatient. Hold your arms and call your patrons. Dominations, dishonest domination and confrontation. Abomination, the violence, I call us martyrs with modern cadence and modern acres. Cause we don't exist like Islamic bacon. Shalom Aleikum, I'm impatient. Hold your arms and call your patrons. Dominations, dishonest domination and confrontation. Abomination, the violence, I call us martyrs with modern cadence and modern acres. Cause we don't exist like Islamic bacon. Unethical brethren, medical sedative rhetoric phases, tearing through several repetitive digital stereo waves and theoretical phases, living heretical, spreading wrong. It's all ended. Forget it, let it be like John Lennon. Read it, men and women are rapid to see each other as objects. Since Adam and Eve developed attraction for progress, we lack a subconscious attachment, attacking and launching like Bathi gases on masses that want them retracted from power. The vastness of ours soaking in pagan omens, although we coping like Hagen. I'm slowing my making, controlling the plane of existence, patrolling this Cajun resistance, flowing for days like Euphrates before it was drained, sold and erased from souls that were raised. Untold in these pages, molded intact with smoking entailed, holding in raids like Zach de La Roca in jail. In fact, I just woke up in failure, quoting hope we go to Jenna like Talia, alien, illegal like alien people in areas, see through unequal classes and feeble barriers, lashes to Paris into deceitful past. Teach the people language like Hebrews and arrows, seek to cast a peaceful order for diamonds and pharaohs, find it in narrow regions that don't get along. Like Zionists and pharaohs, the mind to a barrel, we modernize, colonize, self-bonding the power, knowledge minds, polish signs of Iyama, fast like Siyama, errors, believe in terrorists, synonymous with arrows, terrorists, embarrassed. Shalom Aleikum, I'm impatient, hold your arms and call your patrons. Dominations, dishonest domination and confrontation. Abomination, the violence, I call us martyrs with modern cadence and modern acres. Cause we don't exist like Islamic bacon. Shalom Aleikum, I'm impatient, hold your arms and call your patrons. Dominations, dishonest domination and confrontation. Abomination, the violence, I call us martyrs with modern cadence and modern acres. Cause we don't exist like Islamic bacon.
Pretty soon, not even the bones will be left to tell a story.
I'm a narcissist. You know, in psychology, a narcissist must be human. I don't know why, but that's what they say. I support the people. I support the pain. I cannot ignore it. But I cannot identify totally with the national fighting, with the national target, because I cannot support a new state coming. Any state is the same. It's red, white, or blue. They say, hey, you have no help from Arabs, so shut the fuck up. You need us, be our slaves, clean our shit. We give you maybe a little bit water, but shut the fuck up. We need cheap hands to clean our shit. Anarchy, not communism, anarchy.
We'll never be free. This freedom doesn't exist. I'm stuck living this genocide, spent bent by my deathbed, sentenced lives like novelists, my internal apocalypse. Surgeon to burn my resurgence from disease learning. It reeks burning my insides tired. Old earth yearning for answers. I loathe this stroke to cancer. Throws fathers and tankers, low soldiers driven by fear. Claw out my coma, sleep and live in my tears. Leaking deposits of blood, atomic waste. Sauces wrapped on raw shit. Cavity stricken, stomach tape, the vomit break. My honest aching, soma depleted. Your mama, receive it as a lesson. Acknowledge its presence, then believe it. Ingestion of this metallic rubble that used to be homes. In less than 3 codes, scripted italic structure, my cultural genome. There will be no right function. Retrieved from my phenotype, attested people's plight to enlighten the Western ego sight blinded. It's hearsay, there'll be no therapy like chemo. Half my generation nomads, others under the wrath of John Ashcroft and Janet Reno. Colin Powell, loose by his own institution of evil, holding resolution, stating we're equal and he needs mental restitution. We would have grown into smart children wasted. You enslaved your race first, now you work for Masons to start building in the case of displacement. Earth pattern revolves, families involved in the UN, pointing figures in our direction, telling us you'll end. Inspections and mass discussions, threats from our weapons of mass destruction, tragic junction and path destructed. Subjects math erupted, longer a number. Some are playing fractions of stronger. Number the bombers in bathrooms, so don't Islamicize and run upon us like escalators, dramatize. Escalate hate and bless the maker. Quest behavior, raped after Africa, trapped between the West and Asia. Planets stranded in their own axis, standing empty-handed, destined to lose the seeds syntax of this atomic plant detachment. Less laughter, awaiting the next chapter. To amend these lies, disasters. When descendants on you pretend to ignore the end of time, push you off track. Sahel Yehud when bushes talk back. Not an Iraqi walk black in my nationality rationally. Mesopotamia, uranium, shelled Homo sapien. Dwell beneath the caves you claim me and engaged in rageful plagues on my agent been aching, shaking. Why did we behave in ways to display unawakened beings? Convey disgrace in a sacred God of man. All my hand is a disarm, expanded vision. Breath solely descending, it stepped and said, that's only the beginning. Holding my infants in heaven that would have existed if 7 skies would reach with stance to clip past and whisper this draft to hold the wrath of Hammurabi. Ancient Babylonians, rotten body, bot known for leaders on podiums, interfering you from hearing truth to control the petroleum. It's all in their pockets. Profits they mark since the laws of your optics. The course of my clock ticks. The remorse isn't profitable for Marxists, not communists. Timmy democratic, this character would be found in section 8 of my demographics description. Deception and hate that led to discrepant puppets with weapons you love if my breath would. But every soul lost in your hand like angry shoe polishers will be forced to skew consciousness. Destined to you if you believe we're lesser than you. Brother, hope Allah blesses you with better message, youth. Cause this isn't Christopher Columbus's British American circumference. Who's the terrorist? Based on enslavement and suicides or terrorists. Brave men, land of the free, home of the slave. I'm standing beneath all that I've saved, lost in the graves. All we cared for was family and alarm, metaphoric in names. You gave us Saddam, 2 wars, abolic corpses and plagues. Call it a race, get your torches inflamed. Run with Mason sons, aiming guns, claiming to win it, blaming your kin and then laughing within. And last but not least, the cash you got reached the block where half Iraq soldiers were scolded, molded in action, controlled and frozen in factions. There's no satisfaction venting in here. The air's conditioned, entering my lungs and mind, pumped into the system like Ventolin prescriptions. I stare in the eyes, caring despite my apparent demise. Tearing the life divided crime. I swear it appeared to you twice. If this life was in margin, contextualized, written and brought into prison, and stepped to its side with survival thriving from the start till the end.